Hello, I'm FPX Toy Cat, and welcome back to Store Saturday. This is the weekly series where I check out Minecraft Marketplace content and let you know if it's worth your time and indeed your money. And sometimes the money portion is $5, like in the case of Sunset Dash, something that seems pretty high, and when you hear that it's just a single player minigame, it can seem kind of rough until you realize that it's a fast-paced parkour game with a really fun-looking aesthetic. It looks like it's procedurally generated, and it sounds like one of my favorite maps that I downloaded all those years ago. The first one I felt like was worth paying for, The Endless Runner by Pathway Studios, and let's see if this map can deliver on that same vibe, and if indeed it's going to be worth my £4.19. So let's purchase it, and let's check out this map, because I am super curious. It's actually by an entirely different marketplace team. It's by Shapescape, which I think is another one of those content aggregators. So I am super curious to see how this goes, because it does seem to have a lot in common. It's got the same kind of scoreboard at the start, but it is a much cleaner looking map. I mean, honestly, sometimes when you see stuff that's just very white and clean, it does get a bit annoying, but for a, game you're making inside of Minecraft, it might just be the perfect kind of feel. So, as you can see, by the way, there's no sound. This isn't like a weird, the YouTube's cutting off the audio. The game is literally giving me no body, it's giving me no UI, and nothing makes a sound. I just have this icon on the wall that tells me this is probably easy, this is normal, hard, and expert, and that this does something else. I don't know for sure. Let's jump in the portal and work it out. Okay, the game has a tutorial. It's actually pretty cool they do this via the perspective. You're racing the sun through the obstacles. Oh, so it's like score, maybe? You make the sun go up higher. Again, this is impressive they've done this via Minecraft, like camera controls, but it's also very weird to look at. It feels a bit janky. But you've got the game ends when the sun sets. You collect tokens that raise the sun, that keep the sun from going down. The sun is like a continual timer that wants to shut you down, and you've got to stop it, of course. I'm so glad that it only told me 3 things. I was ready for like okay, guess we're locked in for a long tutorial. If you're going to have an unskippable tutorial in the game, I'm so glad when it just gets over with nice and fast, and I'm glad even Minecraft maps can appreciate that. But yeah, we have to worry about not just the sun, although actually the sun is kind of the key thing, but worrying about not just doing parkour, but about collecting these little cubes as well. So again, I guess initial impressions of the very pleasing noises. I like those little bits, and also you can see how there's a bit of parkour that I don't even know how I would do right here. I mean, clearly it's possible, probably. Oh, and we game over because we focused on it too much. As you can see, I'm really good at this little parkour map. I got 255 points. Is that good? Probably not. But it was interesting enough, so we'll give it a second go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing, not terribly this time, Dash. So again, gotta balance speed with collecting orbs, and also we'll see if it's procedurally generated or not. Again, looks very different, but we don't know for sure until we go. You'll never know if you don't go. It's the famous words of Smash Mouth, right? So what are these little markings on the floor? Are they just nothing? Okay, they're nothing. I assume those spikes will kill me. Do we have to do it just to find out? We do. Okay, spikes don't kill you. Oh, thank God. That saves me a lot of hassle. And yeah, every time we get one of these cubes, you can see how the sun kind of rises. I thought it was a really dumb mechanic a few seconds ago, like as I saw, like, well, it just gets darker and lighter. You don't know when it's about to die. But since we're looking at it, I guess this does make some sense. And also, the Zen vibe would be dumb in a Minecraft map, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, dumb is in the eye of the beholder, but in the eye of this beholder, it would be dumb. But in this context, I kind of like it. I feel like it's, again, it at least intrigues me more. It makes me want to see more of this, and that's before even thinking about the parkour. Like, even just kind of roaming through it, I'm like, huh, this is interesting. The way they put this together, very, very unique. And obviously, they've used a resource pack to do that. The resource pack comes as part of the map, and yeah, it seems like it's relatively easy so far. It feels like a bit of a weird knockoff, the way, how I just took full damage, but it didn't make a sound. Just that, again, something feels broken and off, but maybe that's just me. But, if you ignore that, leave that to the side, things are going real well right now. And oh, the purple cube brings the sun down. That's what the thing's before. It's not difficulty, it's the cubes having more or less effect. So we don't get purple cubes, which is, I guess, again, better than just like, look at cube, grab cube. It's look at cube, grab cube, unless cube is purple cube, then don't grab cube. So, the only question I have now is like, can you fall off? Like, is there like, if you fall off, is that bad? Do you respawn? You do not respawn. You die forever. But we got 2,800 points. Nice. Okay, third time's the charm. So, yeah, overall, kind of like this, I would say. But let's give it more of a first impression, because that's what these videos are kind of for. They are the kind of deep dives into what a map actually looks like to play. Marketplace maps famously don't have a real try before you buy option, And that's what I give for all of you. Also, I think it's dumb, and if this fails, we're going to regret it. But can we get up there? Yes, we can. Hey. So, oh, there's buttons. Are they secrets? No, they're just buttons. I've always, one of my biggest like pet peeves in Minecraft, a lot of people feel like they're adding textures to wall when they add buttons. But I always see it and I'm like, but I want to press the buttons. They're buttons in Minecraft. How did we ever get to the point where we thought that like, oh yeah, buttons, they're pebbles or something. It's like, no, you can press them. They should do things, but they never do. It's very sad. Anyway, so yeah, let's see how well we can do in this run. I would say my love so far is this simplistic music, this simplistic art style, and a very simple gameplay that hasn't combined to feel too easy yet, you know? Like, Minecraft maps, a lot of them do feel overly easy. They feel condescending in some way. But this one just feels like, oh yeah, it's a little bit of a game. You can just play. There's, you know, like, it's very basic resource packs, but it's also, and even though it's procedurally generated, it's doing so in a way that is generally pleasing to me. It is, again, look to the left, look to the right, look to the ahead, and you'll see some good stuff. The only question I have though, because again, so far, oh, we're gonna die, aren't we? So far, it seems like there's a lot of cubes, and it seems like the parkour is relatively staying the same level. Is then like, does it get harder? Because if it's just meant as a Zen game you can play for hours and hours and hours, that's something, you know, like, sure, no, we needed to make that jump. I guess that is maybe proving the potential theory that it could ramp up the difficulty as we go. But I want to see that it definitely is getting harder to continue than just like keep it going at the same pace. Because one of the, you know, if it is just how long can you go, that's fine, that's kind of fun by itself. But I like games like this. I like infinite runners. I like infinite any games. Also, how are we meant to make that jump? I don't know if we are. It might be... I think sometimes there's cubes on rooftops to, like, throw you off. Like, genuinely, it feels that way sometimes. But, yeah, if it doesn't get more challenging as it goes, it's just like, how long can you spend? A lot of video games make that mistake of thinking, yeah, we're gonna have the difficulty level curve off at some point. I think the zombies in certain, you know, like of the older Call of Duty games have that problem in particular. But in the case of this map, if we don't compare it to a fully fledged game, but you know, just compare it to like apps and stuff, it's like, yeah, actually the parkour complexity does feel like it's increasing, which is, you know, again, adds a lot of, you know, it probably makes it harder to program the parkour, program the whole map really effectively. But to me, it feels worth it, because look, we went 5,000 blocks, and now we see these two dudes on their little towers. Oh, how do we get through here without touching that? Oh, we can. Okay, it's easy, perfect. But you can see how the game difficulty is ramping up. You can see how the first gate. You can see how it's not, in fact, as I assumed, just a simple. It is a Zen experience that makes you question why you would spend $5 on it, but maybe there is another step to it. Because again, as a proof of concept, I like it, but the value is feeling questionable. Like it's so bare bones that it makes you go, but why that amount, you know? But, you know, maybe it's making me unquestion it. Because we're getting achievements. They've got a whole achievement section, which isn't done. You might think it's like a Java repurposed achievements thing. On Bedrock, achievements are very much separate to Marketplace maps. They programmed that whole thing themselves, so you gotta give them some credit for that. But yeah, this is, it's gonna be very interesting. So I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a whole run and get back to you after we work out what the first gate does. I'm assuming we can, oh, the map. Oh, we get a second portal, maybe, that we can go through and start from at 5,000, maybe? Oh no, we get a little achievement room. So, reach the first gate. Reach the second. You know, we can learn how many gates there are. Reach the third gate without collecting any black tokens. Reach a total of 10,000 run segments. Reach a total of 1,000, 100, and then it's also collect tokens. We can do that easy. It's a shame the tokens don't really do too much outside the game. You know, I don't know what they could do, but it's getting me very curious about, like, okay, let's get some of these achievements. That's cool. That is a fun thing that they have done right there. But yeah, we'll play a full run, and I'll get back to you with some more thoughts. Because right now, I want to enjoy it on just itself. Just I'm going to put my headphones in, focus on the Minecraft, and just enjoy. Okay, I've reached the second gate. I've put a solid 10 minutes or so into this run now. And I'm enjoying the fact that the sound design does change. I'm enjoying that it is more than scratch the surface. I like the surface, but I, you know, question, like, how far can this really go? And although I do say that the map design definitely has, I don't know if stagnated is the word, but like it's, you know, you're not getting hugely different from this. It's not making giant leaps and bounds, you know, changes. Yeah, you get leaps and bounds, haha. But, you know, it's kind of like the same stuff, it's just you're changing because you get these beacon effects. That's what the gates kind of do for you. It's beacon effects, it's nice. But other than that, it's like, yeah, it's the same very rough design. You get a few different things and you go through them faster and slower. And, you know, that is a very, you know, interesting thing by itself. But as far as I look at this, it's like, this is something I love and totally see like, yeah, this is something I would pay for. I did pay for even, you could go as far as to say. But I also look at this and I say, well, even though it's something I did pay for and, you know, happily can say like, yeah, I enjoyed this enough to get my values worth, because I'm going to enjoy just having some zen sessions of this map, you know, like, while I listen to it. I also can see from the opposite angle by looking at it being like, oh yeah, well, even though this is really, really, you know, like it's a nice parkour map. It's very simplistic. It's a really well put together thing. I think I'd argue that for most people, this isn't worth it because it's just a single game mode. It's just a single basic Minecraft mechanic. It's parkour, except they've removed your UI and hotbar. So it's literally just Minecraft movement mechanics. And Minecraft isn't famous for having the best movement mechanics in the world, which aren't altered in any way. Like they did a really good job given the limitations they had. But given that this is like, you know, effectively like an app inside Minecraft, do I recommend it on those grounds? Again, I could, maybe I'd be like, yeah, this is like, as a dollar purchase, go ahead. Like, you'll have a good time probably, and if you don't, it'll be 20 minutes well spent. But if it's $5, again, to some people, that is an amount that's like, yeah, whatever, I guess. Whereas to some people, that is a much more serious proposition. Like, can I recommend strongly? Can I definitively say this is great? I can say I like it. I can say it's fun, but I think this is one of those examples where, like, even though I have the crisis of saying not worth the money, to, you know, again, I would, if I was trying to be objective, I'd say not worth the money. This is where I think Store Saturday comes in important. It's not just to be like, oh yeah, these maps suck and these maps don't, but it's to say, hey, this map wasn't for me, but you might like enjoy it. Or the other way around, this map was for me, but if you look at this and you go, really, $5 and that's all you get, then obviously don't pick it up. And if you look at this and go, yeah, for $5, I think this is a worthwhile experience to do some fun, increasing speed parkour. I want to get all those achievements that you didn't get today, Toycat. Then that's a thing. But yeah, even though it's a map I like, it's a map I am enjoying, because, you know, maybe this is just like a maybe this is something we learned about Toycat today. Like, I just enjoy, you know, like basic parkour. I like minimalism. I like when a map is really good at what it does rather than really bad at a lot of different things. You know, like I clearly have a particular taste, because that's how any person who is reviewing air quote stuff is going to go. I'd say this is an impression series more than anything else. But if you are reviewing something, there is biases, because there are things you like and dislike that don't match up with the crowd. If everyone liked the same things, then we wouldn't have, you know, like a trillion different popular YouTube channels. Everyone has different interests. Everyone has different hobbies, beliefs. Everyone has different things that they enjoy over other things that exist in the world, and that's fine. That's okay. That's even great. And this map is perhaps a big proof of that. Oh, it's so close to night. Come on, let me survive. Let me survive another day. Gonna go back to get this. We can do it. We can get to this third gate. I want to know what's the third effect they even can give me. I guess we don't get to learn, I guess. But yeah, it's a beautiful map. It's a interesting map, and it's a fun map. But it is very basic. It is very austere. And for some, that is delightful. But for others, you might say, I'm not so sure about that. And that is something for you to consider. And that's why I hope you had enjoyed this week's Store Saturday. A map I enjoyed. I think I got good value out of. I wouldn't refund if I had the choice. But I would say it's definitely that case of your mileage may in fact vary. Can we jump onto the sides here? Hey, we totally can. Well, I mean, like, we'll die eventually. But, like, hey, isn't that fun? Maybe there's an Easter egg you can do here. There definitely isn't. This is just, I will die eventually. You know, we're all dying slowly anyway. So why not, on the way out, hit that subscribe button and see more of these. No, thank you very much for watching. As always, Store Saturday is a fun time checking out Minecraft maps. And this time I found one I liked, but wouldn't highly recommend. But you might see this in the background gameplay of future videos. So now you know, why that is, because I like the map quite a bit. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. It's just such a beautiful building style. Oh, maybe not. Okay. It's just such a... It's so beautiful. I love it, even though I don't. And that is impressive.